podcast.
This is a PG
PG
TVMA. So who's gonna?
This is Selling Houston P.O.V. I'm Bernard. I have.
Ebony Warren.
And Aisha's upset with me.
Y'all, Bernard always trying it with me, and I think he might try to try it with me today.
No, I will not. I was kidding.
And we have company, so don't do that.
Okay, sorry.
Wait, now you know that's serious when she like we have company.
Ooh,
Not even a guess. It's like we have company.
Before we introduce, full disclosure, it's Cinco de Mayo, so I think my cup has been running over, and literally I ran it over. Literally.
Yeah.
But no, I want to introduce our guest, so I'll let Ebony do the intro. Or Aisha, who wants to do it?
Okay, I'll do it.
I'll introduce myself.
Somebody say
I'll
something.
do it. Okay, so we would love to welcome Brent Cannon from 3S Home Inspections.
What's up, y'all?
Yes, Brent is a one of our preferred inspectors that we utilize. A lot of our clients actually love to choose Brent because Brent has a unique value proposition where he will give the 11th month inspection for free on new construction homes. So typically my clients love the word free, and they will use Brent. Free. Yes. So Brent, tell us a little bit about yourself. And
I've been, I started 3S Home Inspection. I say but it wasn't it was me and Sam, my wife.
Yes.
We both did. I can't believe it's been almost a year and a half now.
Wow.
But it's been almost a year and a half. And
wait. I have to interject for a minute.
Why?
Because he's from the boot.
I am.
Okay. Brent is a fellow booter from Louisiana.
Yes, ma'am.
See what happens when Ebony is in charge of the guest list?
Yeah.
The last person
Everybody
was
from
the
Louisiana.
The next person going to be from the boot.
I'm going to bring some Galvestonians on here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to bring some Houstonians.
Just kidding.
You did. Nicole was
still
on
got people
here.
in Galveston?
Yeah, Nicole was on here, yeah.
Barely.
But it's just a mixed breed here. I love it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I really appreciate y'all having me too.
We appreciate you for coming.
After me, having to ask a few times.
Oh, did he have to ask?
I don't know who you asked. I
asked you.
Oh.
Like,
who you asked? Oh, me.
The shader gets shaded.
Yes. I'm sorry.
I appreciate it.
It's Cinco de Mayo. We're gonna keep reminding the audience of that.
Unfortunately, they won't get to see the show on Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, though. You won't get to see this on Cinco de Mayo, but just know today is Cinco de Mayo.
So if we're having a little bit more fun than usual,
there's a reason.
Cinco de Mayo.
And there's a reason we have to pre-record because of Aisha's schedule. So.
Ooh, and the shade starts.
I was going to say, but I'm good with that. Anyways, home inspections.
Home inspections. She be busy. So today, I would really like to talk from two standpoints.
Okay.
Yes.
One from the consumer standpoint, because we do have consumers that tune into Selling Houston P.O.V, but also from the realtor standpoint too. Why is it a good idea? Now, Ebony gave us this disclaimer before we started. As real estate professionals, we have to be fair and equitable and give you a series of inspectors to use when we're referring to or referencing home inspections.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some value in having a relationship with a variety of home inspectors and why. And so that's kind of the conversation that we want to have with you today.
I think every home inspector brings their own little tidbit of uniqueness, right? Only because, everybody doesn't do exactly the same thing. So scheduling is very big for you guys.
Huge.
Very big.
In this market for sure.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that we kind of pride ourselves on. We're not a very big inspection company by no means. We do not have 10, 15 inspectors running around all over Houston. So when it comes to scheduling, when you guys call and say, Brent, I need you tomorrow, I'm going to do my best to work it tomorrow. If that means doing an inspection at 6:00 in the evening, we're going to do an inspection at 6:00 in the evening.
Yeah.
And you're still going to get the report the same day.
Yeah.
Not every inspector can say that.
Yeah.
They can't say that. They say, well, we'll get your report in 24 hours. But if you got a 3-day option period, right? And you're on your second day, 24 hours is too late.
Right.
We're going to get your 3S going to get you inspection. You might get it at midnight, but you're going to get it the same day.
Right.
I love that.
Okay, so y'all know I'm the little teacher. Like I teach the new students, so I have to clarify some stuff.
Okay.
Come on with the clarification.
I have to clarify that as a real estate professional, we are not the ones who schedule the inspections. Our
correct.
clients schedule the inspections.
Yep.
Now, once our client chooses an inspector that we have a relationship with, meaning we know that this inspector has provided some valuable information to our previous clients. They're quick in their responses. They're thorough in their inspections. But we as real estate professionals we are not allowed to schedule those inspections. So just wanted to clarify that our clients are the ones who schedule that. And then we turn around and call and be like, please, can you fit us in? Please?
Come tomorrow.
Yes. Or same day.
We did.
Yes.
I was going out of town for my brother's wedding, and Ebony called and said, hey, can you please do this inspection?
Yes.
And you said yes?
We did it.
Oh my
Same
God. Sorry.
day.
We did it.
Same day. And we had just got under contract that day.
Yeah, we did it.
Would you do a 1 day option period?
No, I had a 5 day, but he was going out of town.
I was going for sure. But I don't think like you guys as realtors, and then you guys have your clients. I don't necessarily know if realtors kind of see the fine line that inspectors have to be in, because we work for you technically, right? We work for your client. Right?
Absolutely.
So we're like, I need to make sure your client's not going to buy, let's say, a money pit or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But on the flip side of that, we still feel like we work for you guys because you guys referred us, whether you referred 10 inspectors or 3 inspectors, you referred us to your client, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so we're like, I don't want to kill the deal for Ebony and Bernard, I'm like, but I
It's
still,
the pressure.
I gotta,
like that.
yeah, but I gotta make sure that I do right by you guys as client.
Your client.
My client. Yeah, my
Yeah.
client. But who's also your client?
Yeah, we start to share the client.
Yeah, we start to share
But
the
let me
client.
just say it is what it is. If the findings are like that, then it's just that's not the house for the client, and it's so unfortunate, but it is what it is.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that you work with the Braden Real Estate.
Yes, I do.
So if we have to pivot, and we have to have our client pivot, it's just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually had realtors, believe it or not, say, "Hey, can you please not find so much stuff wrong with this house?" No, I can't. I can't do that.
Somebody said that.
Somebody said that. They weren't with the Braden Real Estate.
No, they were not.
Okay.
I have your mic's off. I have actually had a realtor, and the odd part about it is this particular realtor. I knew him before he was a realtor.
Oh, no.
And he called me and said, "Hey, I got a client that I've shown him like 25 houses. Please make sure nothing's wrong with this house." No, I can't do that.
You mean put my business on the line?
I'm not gonna lose my license.
Behind your deal,
dear sir, you're not a good realtor.
Yeah,
you are not.
Bernard.
Please return your license back.
Tell him, Bernard.
You showed 25 houses, and then you turned around and called the inspector and said, "I need you not to find anything." And you saw stuff falling apart in the house.
They must have not had no money. They was on their last little penny.
I don't care. This is
somebody's
somebody's big purchase. Yeah,
exactly.
But I'm like, that's crazy.
You probably saw roaches and cracks in the ceiling.
Roaches is not a problem for inspection report.
It's not. But it's an indicator
that there's a breach in the property.
When you go in the attic and there's a big old trap to trap something that looks like it's about the size of a dog.
Exactly.
It's not has nothing to do with the inspection. But I'm gonna let you know that there's a big old trap up there.
Wow.
I don't know why it's up there, but it's up there.
So I want to ask this: what is the weirdest thing that you found as an inspector?
So there's 2 things.
Tell it all.
We will.
Uncut.
So I did an inspection for somebody, and because we do a lot of investment for investment companies, right? I found there was a house here in Houston that had a jail cell. It wasn't inside the house. It was outside, but it was still part of the house.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean?
So,
a jail cell or like a chamber? Like
no, this stuff like this had like a real jail cell door looky thing with like a key and everything. I mean, this looked like a jail.
It had like bars.
Yeah, it had bars, but it was outside. I think they were using it for storage. I don't know what it was originally intended for. It was an older house.
Goodness,
I don't know what they were originally intended for.
That was too excited. I'm sorry.
I was like, is it a dungeon or?
Is it a dungeon?
Yeah.
Is it Candy's dungeon?
What kind of stuff are you into, Bernard? What kind of stuff are you into, man?
I don't know, Brent. That's that side.
I don't know. What y'all into?
I'm like, is this 50 Shades of Grey?
No, it wasn't 50 Shades of Grey.
Where are you going with this?
5 Shades of Grey, not 50. But the oddest thing is we went into this house, and it was a little teeny tiny house. So we went in this house and we were doing inspection. They had nothing in this house, not one single thing in this house. And then we opened up a closet door, and there was one single dress, like a doll's dress, hanging in the closet, pristine white.
Let me tell you something.
Right? Like, ooh, that's
Like
weird.
Annabelle?
Yes. And then we go in the attic, and there's like 1,000 doll heads, just the heads in the attic. I'm like, we got to go, man. We got to go.
Serious?
No. Yes. You from Louisiana too?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, oh, we got this.
Did you take a picture?
I'm sure I got a picture somewhere, but I'm like, man, I'm like, look at the doll. Look how many
Annabelle's
doll
right
heads.
I'm like intrigued. I am scary.
We do
I don't like scary movies
I
or
don't play
nothing.
that.
I do not, but
Yeah.
I'm always so intrigued
I'm not.
with these stories. The stories. And I can't watch the movies.
I'm
or
like,
nothing,
I don't want to
but-
deposit any of that stuff into my spirit because
know.
it comes from somewhere, right? Like
Yeah.
it's just like Louisiana and voodoo and all that stuff. I'm
Oh.
like, if you open yourself up to it,
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to believe it.
you gotta. And so I'm
Yeah.
like, nah,
Yeah.
don't even show
Yeah.
me.
Like I did the Ouija board one time. You ever did the Ouija board?
No, ma'am.
None of y'all?
That's when it moves?
yeah. You did that before?
No, I know what you're
Bernard?
talking about, though.
Oh, yeah. I used to do that all the
Did it
time.
move?
Oh my
Did you?
god.
Yeah. Mhm.
Did you ask for money when you was moving?
No,
what do you-
but I was supposed to
what'd you do?
marry somebody named Michael and have like 6 kids.
So what's your husband's name?
Yancy.
That's not even close.
And I got one child.
Yancy, Michael. You know, he was probably Michael in his past.
Or maybe.
His
you
middle
go.
name might be Michael. No.
Yes.
No, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there a need for more inspectors in this industry now?
Yeah.
Ooh,
I think
great question.
there is.
You don't wanna
And-
give up none of that business?
No, it's not. Everybody's in the business to make money,
Sure.
but I am in the business. I genuinely like to help people.
Mhm.
So I am not. If people book inspections all the time and they want this, and this, and I'm like, why do you need a sewer inspection? It's a brand new house.
Mhm.
There's no trees in the yard. The pipe was just put. They ain't even got grass yet. The pipe, I can see the pipe because there ain't no grass.
Mhm.
Why do you need a sewer? Oh, well, it was on your website, so we checked. You don't need a sewer inspection.
And see, that's what
You don't.
I love about Brent.
Because another inspector would take that money.
Of course they will.
Yeah.
And probably won't do anything because
Yeah.
they know there's no need.
Yeah.
I mean,
but why
yeah,
do
I'm
you feel
take some
that
pictures.
there needs to be more inspectors then?
Well, I think there need to be more inspectors because number one, it helps business like small business like myself, right?
Mhm.
We want to grow. So,
Mhm.
we have an inspector now that's getting ready to take his test to become licensed. Every inspector that's out there, it's going to make business grow. I got a text from just a random number the other day, and I'm like, which I do all the time because people text me. And the guy goes, "Hey, I'm a new inspector. I just got my license. I did my first inspection. Can I send it to you?" Okay, but why? Well, because I looked up because we use the same platform to do our inspection reports. And he's like, I just looked up the platform, and in Houston, you got like the highest rating of like on the platform. So I'm like, so that was awesome. I felt really good, and stuff like that. But yeah, I think there is a genuine need for more inspectors. I'm not saying everybody gonna run out and start their own business, but I think there is a need for more inspectors because that just helps that helps the clients. You're gonna make a very big decision on a very big purchase.
Mhm.
You need to have somebody to have your back, and I think
right.
that's the way I look at my business. I'm here to have your back.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna. I can't tell you yes, buy this house. No, don't buy this house.
Right.
But I can give you enough information
To
for
make
you
an
to make
educated
you
decision.
an educated decision.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you mentioned earlier, like you've been talking a lot about like, well, this was a new house or whatever. So tell us or tell the audience, why is it important for you to have a home inspection on a new construction home?
I don't want Miss Sheldon to slap me over here,
but it is important.
But it is important because at the end of the day, and you know it more than anybody, homes are still built by people.
Right.
That part. Nothing's perfect.
Nothing's perfect. People are going to make mistakes. People are going to do shortcuts. I don't care how much you're on top of them. Mm-hmm. They are still going to try to take shortcuts because that's just the nature of people. People will try to take shortcuts because it's easier, right? Hit the easy button. Let's try to get the easy button.
Well, and sometimes it is the pressure from these large builders,
and
right?
It is the pressure from the large builders.
Like, get it done.
You need to be done by yesterday. Yeah. Type of thing. Yeah. We find stuff on new. I look at everything. I'm a car guy, so I look at everything kind of in cars. If you go to the dealership and buy a brand new car, you don't want one, and they say, "Oh well, look, we don't have no tires. You just bring it back. We can put some tires on it." No.
Well, I can't leave, sir.
Exactly. So I don't think you should buy a brand new house that has. Every brand new house is going to have some cosmetic stuff.
Absolutely,
it's going to. There's no way around it. But one of your colleagues, right, had a house. When we put up our little drone to take a look at the roof, I don't think a brand new house should not have a 6 foot by 6 foot section of shingles missing right in the middle of the roof. Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't think that did you run out? And if you did run out, why did you go around? Why did you leave it in the middle where nobody would see it?
But imagine if that buyer would not have had a third party inspection.
You're going to move in and have no shingles. Literally, I mean, we're talking about the size of this rug, maybe, it might not have been this big, but it was about half the size of this rug that didn't have any shingles. So think about that. And now, we went back and we took a look at it and they did a pretty good job, but shingles don't ever match. Ever. So now you're going to have shingles on
patch.
that. It's going to always look like a patch job
like
on your brand
spot.
new house.
little patch that. And let me just say from a builder's perspective, I love to have a third party inspector come through during the phase inspection for new construction because we want to fix it before the walls are closed. We want to fix it before the foundation is poured. And so it's an accountability measure in there for us as well. And I can't speak for every builder, but I know at Park Street Homes, please tell us so we can fix it. We're going to fix the issue. We don't want to cover up the issues. If we cover up an issue because humans make mistakes, right? Then that's something completely different.
Correct.
And even in that regard, I mean, we're making as many corrections as we can at the point that we are in construction. Right. Yeah. So I love the accountability that an inspector brings to a construction project or a new home process.
And then it just makes you guys better as a builder because now you see maybe there's a trend and you keep seeing the same thing over and over. Absolutely. Well, maybe you need to reevaluate whoever does whatever that person does, because, we got 5 homes and hey, we got it all inspected and everyone has the same problem. Then
we're having conversations with contractors.
Exactly.
The particular contractor that keeps making this complete mistake all the time. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because Park Street Homes have emblems, right?
Yeah,
they have emblems.
They have their name on it. I know you don't want your name to be.
We want to make sure that we are delivering.
Absolutely. They put a stamp on all their homes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. So, well, I think that. Let's talk about on the flip side. So you have new construction homes, but there are times where there are buyers that don't feel like they want to get an inspection. So
I know a particular buyer that didn't want an inspection.
Yeah, but that was on new construction. Yeah, my brother.
He didn't want one.
Don't put that man out there like that.
I wasn't gonna say nothing.
He was trying to be anonymous.
Okay. My brother, he's okay.
But he did get the inspection.
He did not.
Well, kind of.
What's a kind of inspection? Y'all gotta explain
I'm so
that.
confused.
Yeah.
I was in the area and I told Ebony I will stop by because I am not about to let your brother, go in. Well, they had already bought the house.
Yeah.
I think, right?
No, they hadn't.
No,
they hadn't closed.
They hadn't closed. And we pointed out several things. I'm like, y'all house not even finished. And I think your sister-in-law was home and she's like, what do you mean the house isn't finished? Look.
I mean, they were adamant. Isn't it that like your family and your friends are the ones that give you the biggest pushback on things?
And I do not fight people. I'm like, it is very imperative to get an inspection. It's worth your money. You should do it. And if you don't,
Well, I did. So that's what I'm saying.
Can't make you do something.
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you how amazing Brent is, because it got to the point where I kept saying, you really should, and they were just like, no, we want to make sure we have enough money to close and all that stuff.
I can understand that.
And Brent was like, I'm gonna be in the area, and
I had done inspections on the same builder before, so I'm like, I know, I kind of know some of the stuff that they left out last time.
I know.
Yeah. But I am so grateful, for that, and it was
relationship.
Yeah, very true.
Like I said, it's yes, everybody's in the business to make money, but at the end of the day,
but that money's gonna come back
exactly
tenfold.
Exactly.
Because relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah, so into other people and it comes back.
It just doesn't make sense why they wouldn't. They're just like,
well,
that's
But on the flip
side, thing.
It is. But on the flip side though, I also know realtors, like on the listing. I heard you say earlier, about listing. But like I know a couple agents that they require their listings. You say you have, if you want me to list your property, it needs to be inspected. Right. And one of the realtors, he pays for it. And this lady was like, nope. She's like, you're not going to pay for my inspection. He's like, why do you not want an inspection? She's like, because I don't want to know.
She don't want to disclose.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's like, I don't want to know.
But I was asking the question earlier. So when you have these existing homes and the type of market that we're in, there are some realtors out there that are not doing an option period. They're trying to be competitive with their offer and they're not doing an option period. So let me say this to you new realtors, that even if you put an offer in that does not have an option period, does not mean that you can't have an inspection still.
That's right.
Okay. So I think it's really important to know that. But, there are those situations where they're like, oh, I'm not going to give an option period. And that means I'm not going to give an inspection. Like, how do you guys feel about that?
It takes 30 days to close. You can still get the house inspected and just really know and have a peace of mind of what the heck is going on.
Even if you can opt to not do an inspection, and would you rather lose $3,000 or $300,000
exactly
if it's not a good investment?
That's right.
Girl, you're so far away from me, but I want to give you high five right now. So
you can do air
high five.
Exactly, 100%. I agree 100%. And
honestly, with having an inspection or not having an inspection, like it protects your investment of time. It protects your investment of money. And even for sellers, that's what I was going to say. With sellers, I like for people to get an inspection before too, because when you disclose everything that's wrong and then somebody writes an offer, when you try to come back after your inspection, I'm going to say, well, we're not negotiating because we already disclosed this.
Correct.
So your negotiation is from a point of, we didn't know that these things existed. Right. So when you write up your offer, and this, in my opinion, is a good aha for some realtors, be sure to look at the seller's disclosure, because when you write that offer, you're writing that offer based on everything that's disclosed about the home. And so when you try to come and give me about the AC being old and the roof being old, I'm going to be like, well, actually, we disclosed this. And so we were under the impression that your offer was based on everything that was disclosed. So there's an advantage to getting, for sellers, specifically resale, of getting your home inspected and finding out everything that's wrong.
Yeah. I recommend it on older homes. I recommend it. I don't require. But I do recommend it. Like, hey, I think you should get a home inspection.
But don't give your if you're a listing agent, don't give your listing inspection to the buyer, because the buyer don't care. Because the buyer is going to want to get their inspection.
Of course, no, I'm not like that. No,
but you can disclose it. Disclose it.
Sure.
But don't give them the inspection.
I've seen both though. I've seen where people have shared the inspection. And then I've seen where they didn't, but I understand exactly where you're coming from. But the disclosure is the most important.
The disclosure,
it is. And to your point, I think, as a buyer's agent, you should always, regardless, always, even if there is an existing inspection from the listing, you should always encourage your buyer to get another home inspection.
Things change. Not saying that any inspector has any malice intent, but that inspector does work for the person that hired them. So always, get your own inspection.
So, that opens up a really good question. All right. You as an inspector, if a seller hired, when you said that just now, if a seller hires you versus a buyer, do you do your inspection based off of that? No.
It's the exact same inspection.
It's the same inspection.
We want the same information.
So that's
the same information that the buyer is getting.
Right.
Yep.
So I think that's really important to know. Yeah. Is that, if you're somebody who is thinking about listing your home and getting an inspection ahead of time, regardless, you're going to get the same inspection.
Yes. Now I can tell you something that I won't do, and I don't even know if it's anything that's regulated by TREC. Actually, not. Now I think about it, I need to go look it up. But I will not inspect the house for a seller and then by chance inspect it again for the buyer.
Okay. Yeah, no.
I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
It sounds like a huge conflict.
Exactly. I will tell them, I'm sorry, I can't, because I did the inspection for the listing.
I agree. I agree. That would be
negotiating with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I would never do that. It's not that I feel that it is a conflict of interest, but we're human too. Inspectors are human too. Inspectors will miss stuff, so I don't want to.
You don't go back and
I don't want to see something. I don't want to go back and see something that I didn't see the first time and be like. We're not going to do that.
You messing yours?
Exactly. I would never do that.
Yeah. So
that's funny.
Yeah. So this has been a really great conversation.
Absolutely.
This was awesome.
And very needed. I think.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I mean, there is no real estate without inspections. We need it. Even on commercial.
Yeah, we do commercial. We do commercial. And I lost my train of thought because I was going to say something.
Well, I was going to say, just thinking about the difference in cost. Well, I guess it's all depends on
square footage.
Yeah, square footage.
Yeah, we only go by square footage. It just depends on whatever the square footage is. We don't really care about the age of the house. The only time that there's anything tacked on is if it's really far away. We have a 70-mile radius from the Heights. So anything within that 70-mile radius is there's no trip charge or anything like that. So we've been to Dallas, we've been to San Antonio. We will travel if it makes sense. But yeah, there's 70 miles will get you pretty much everything from Galveston to the Woodlands, to Conroe actually. So
nice.
And actually to Porter, because I went to Porter yesterday. So anything to Porter,
nice.
So Brent, how can the people find you? What's your info?
So you can definitely reach us at 3S Home Inspection. So that's the number 3, the letter S, homeinspection.com. You can call us directly, 713-303-9632. We are always available, it seems like, because my phone don't never stop ringing even at night. I think people from out of state forget the time change.
Yep, that's true. My client did. I was like,
she called me at 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, I don't know who this is.
Us too. We did the same thing. It was like 9:30.
But definitely give us a call. You guys can always give us a call. And I do remember what I was about to say. Like I told you, everybody's in the business to make money. But if you guys and any of the realtors that you guys know, if you guys are out showing a property, you run across something that just doesn't look right, you don't know what it is, you got your client had a question about it or whatever the case may be, snap a picture of it, send it to me. Say, hey, Brent, what is this? Should they be concerned? How bad is this? Whatever. And I'll tell you, I mean, if I can tell you what it is from the photo or whatever, I'll tell you. I say, yeah, this is whatever, And obviously that's just, like I said, that's a relationship thing. Yeah. Because I know that you guys, I know Vinod ain't driving all over Houston showing property. So I just, if the slab's got a crack in it that wide, right? That's probably not the house your client is going to want to buy, So I'm just saying. So it's just things like that. If you come across
ask for a deep discount.
Yeah, a very deep discount. Yeah. But
All right.
All right. Well, thank you, Brent.
Man, I appreciate you guys so much. So much. You just don't know how much I appreciate you guys.
Oh,
we appreciate you as well.
You.
Well, guys, this is Selling Houston POV. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
All right. Have a good one.
Have a good one.